Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Scumbags Movie Podcast. My name's Seth.
My name's Nick, and I'm thirsty.
What you drinking there, buddy?
Arnold Palmer. I did a little bit of some Seth shopping. I went to the 99-cent store this weekend and
My man.
picked up some supplies, including some 79-cent Arnold Palmer. Can't go wrong with that.
Man, the tall boy cans?
Oh, of course. Of course.
That's pretty good. I'd buy the gallon jug and just crack it open and take a swig when I want some.
Well, how quickly can you finish one of those? A night?
A couple days.
A hard night of gaming on Final Fantasy?
Arnold, the AP is one of the finest drinks.
Oh, yeah. I can agree with that. I used to have this Virgin collection of my cans I used to have.
God.
It was embarrassing, but it really showed.
What are they worth? It's not like you can't just get another one.
I thought it was like a cool aesthetic. If you look deep enough on my Instagram, you could probably find it, but you'd have to go way deep. I don't delete the embarrassing stuff. It's funny to look back on and see how much I haven't changed.
I went through probably a couple years ago and just fucking spent 2 hours just cleaning up all the old pictures and embarrassing shit.
I've got some good stuff on there if anybody wants some comedy. Or sadness.
Sadness, I'm sitting here enjoying another wet snout peanut butter stout.
Ooh.
Second episode in a row.
I had some beer left. I had some beer left here from this weekend. It's pretty solid. I don't know what it's called, but it's like an ale. It's not bad.
From the big Super Bowl party?
Yeah, the giant Super Bowl party I had.
Nice.
5
now,
people.
Get this, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't invited.
Well, see, here's the thing. Seth goes to these big, extravagant parties, and, I don't recall being invited to those either, so. He goes to these big block parties over by Glendale Quarters.
I was just fucking with you to see what you said.
Don't think you're tough shit, motherfucker.
Why did you have beer? You don't drink beer. Dave doesn't drink beer.
I drink beer, but his friend that came over brought it, and she drank some, so.
Oh, the hot chick?
The not bad looking chick?
Hey,
She
not bad is not bad.
She drinks beer, so Dave's out of the question.
Oh, I don't know about her. She had a swig of a beverage.
She had some alcohol in her drink. I prefer pure apple juice.
Just fucking with you to see what you'd say.
Oh,
so, did you like the Super Bowl, buddy? We talk about, we're movie fans, but we're also sports fans.
We also have several. I think, honestly, sports are up there as far as, interest, so it's not like we're just kind of talking out of our ass. I think, I'd say, baseball is, pretty, life, it takes over our lives a little bit.
I mean, I'm literally, I am obsessed with the Yankees. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I spend a majority of my day refreshing the Yankees Reddit and I'm always reading something about the Yankees.
Yeah, the Phillies have been my existence ever since I can remember. So we're kind of into that too.
Boy, but what a sad existence.
Hey, well, at least they've won one in my lifetime, so there's that.
That's true.
Basically, as recently as the Yankees.
Not
until this year.
The dynasty.
Hey, did you hear Aaron Boone made a lucky guess? So now he's clairvoyant.
I did, and Aaron Boone actually tweeted out, "On my way to Tampa, spring training, baby."
Oh God, we're so close. Aaron Boone.
Well, our entire fan base is now tuned out because, let's face it, you guys aren't really athletic.
Our smelly audience that is athletically not inclined.
Just kidding. Just fucking with you to see what you'd say.
But yeah, the long-winded or the short-winded answer to your question, I guess. Yeah, it was a good game. It's a pretty good game all around.
It was. You should buy a Mahomes jersey.
No, I don't do that. I don't switch allegiances.
Oh, douche. Anyways.
I've liked teams for
buddy?
more than a year.
Same here, same here. How you been, buddy?
Oh, just dealing. I don't know, just all I do with my life, just sit around, watch movies, play games. But that's what I like to do, so it's okay. It's okay. What about you?
Why don't you tell the listeners at home how many films you've watched already in 2020?
I think when I looked, it was in the 50s.
It's February 4th when we're recording this. Nick has watched 61 films. What the fuck?
I was sick for a while, so I watched a lot then. But, see, the difference between me and you is you kind of sit there on your couch figuring out what to do. I just do it. If there's a movie I want to watch, I'll just put it in and watch it. I'm not going to sit there like, well...
You make a good point, because I definitely do that shit. And then it eats away my time.
Holy shit. You watch anything good lately?
Well, with the release of Jane Silent Bob reboot, I've been going through the Kevin Smith filmography again.
Yeah. Speaking of that, did you hear about Shannon Doherty?
Yeah, she's stage 4 cancer.
Stage 4 breast cancer, I believe. So that's shitty.
That's sad because she had already gotten over that. And, she was in remission for a couple years. Yeah,
she just seems like one of those people that's going to have it until it takes her, unfortunately.
Right, and I know Kevin was, Mallrats 2 is back on the board, but I don't know now without her, she's a pretty big part of Mallrats.
Yeah, so...
And she was she was so bad in that movie. Bad little bitch.
I mostly remember Claire Forlani in that movie because I definitely...
she's next level bad.
She was the more attractive one, but... Man,
so hot.
I need to watch that movie again because I really enjoy it. I love it actually, but I just haven't seen it in a long time.
It's just like a great hangout movie. But yeah, Brandy Svenning, Claire Forlani. Man.
Oh my God, she's like next level sort of hot.
If you can look past the awful American accent she's doing in Mallrats, then you're good to go.
Oh shit, she is English.
Oh, it's bad, bro.
I'll have to.
The first time I watched that movie, like the first couple lines she says, it starts to peek through.
I'll have to. I'm sure I won't have to pay close attention, but I'll take a look next time. But yeah,
great Michael Rooker performance.
Filmography.
I am, yeah. Kevin Smith is a guy that, like, half of his movies are good and half are just like horrible.
Yeah, we always talk about it. I always say, there's only like 3 good ones. There's probably, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5.
Well, I'm up to Dogma now. I've watched Dogma, but Clerks, great. Mm-hmm. Mallrats, I think, is great.
Yeah.
Chasing Amy's good.
Yeah. Do you like Tusk?
And I watched that one time. I mean, I didn't hate it. It was so bizarre.
I watched it once. I think it's more on the spectrum of like it rather than dislike it. But
I think it's more on the autism spectrum, to be honest.
Well, yeah, so are we. So.
But I watched Dogma last night, and this is the second time I've seen the movie. I hated that movie the first time I saw it, but I enjoyed it a little bit more this time. I still don't think it's great, but I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. So that's why you should always give something a second chance,
Well, yeah, usually the second watch is when I formulate a more rounded opinion.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you give it time to marinate as well as like you just watch it again and see if you appreciate it or not.
Yeah, I agree. And I must have been so tuned out that first time I watched it. Like a lot of it, just like I'm like I don't remember seeing that. And Dogma is honestly like it's almost like a Jay and Silent Bob movie. They are in it for a majority of the film, unlike some of the other ones where they just pop up. So.
Oh yeah.
That's weird. Good, and I'm going through his stuff again. He's a guy that I don't think he's a great filmmaker, but I appreciate what he does. They're just like fun, fuck off sort of movies.
Yeah, but some of the bad is really bad.
It's bad. Losers. Like, oof, man.
That's
yikes.
A rough one. Excuse me.
How about you, bud?
Well, with the release of the new Zombieland film, I decided to go through those 2 films again. Well, the first one again, which is a great time. I also thought that the second one was a great time, honestly. I feel like
two fun watches.
Yeah, I feel like people don't really like the second one as much for whatever reason. They're almost exactly the same film. The extra characters that they introduced, I didn't think were super annoying. I mean, Zoe Deutch's character is obviously supposed to be,
right?
But I just liked the extra world building and the extra characters. It was just exactly the same kind of movie, just fun, over the top zombie movie that doesn't take itself too seriously.
That's what I thought when I watched it. I'm like, this is, it's just more of the same, which is good. That's what we wanted,
Yeah, exactly. What was it? You said that Emma's not looking as bad anymore.
Well, she's showing her age a little bit. I think the hottest Emma Stone's ever looked is in that first Zombieland movie.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, man, oh man. But don't get me wrong, Emma's still a baddie.
Oh, yes. Abigail seems like she's been smoking a lot. She's got the little smoker's voice.
She's a little hoarse.
Yeah, and Jesse's still beta.
Beta boy for sure. A fun movie though, man. Like, I don't know. I think they did exactly what they needed to do with that. If you're gonna make a sequel to something like that 10 years later, that's about all you could ask for.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It was a fun time. I'd watch again and probably enjoy it again.
Any of you audience members out there ever seen the film Disorderlies starring the Fat Boys?
Oh, you know what? It took me a second to realize what you're talking about. I don't know what it is, but you watched that, whatever it is.
Underrated comedy. I've seen it many times, but it's been years. So
yeah, 2.5 on Letterboxd. Looks great.
Look, the Fat Boys were an 80s rap group. As the name implies, there were three fat guys. And they work at this old folks' home, and they're taking care of this old guy, and it's fucking great.
Interesting. Have to move on.
Look, it's Seth's pick of the week for underrated gems.
Okay, that's fair. How about the Pee Wee Herman show?
Dude, have you ever seen that?
No, but I have it on my watch list now on YouTube now.
Yeah, that was... I had seen like bits and pieces of that. I've never seen it all the way through. It's a 1981 like stage version of Pee-wee before Pee-wee's Big Adventure, before Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Is it shot like a movie or like a stage play?
No, it's shot like a show, like a Broadway sort of thing.
Okay.
It's basically
almost like
Pee-wee's Playhouse, but yeah. I mean, it's a lot of the characters that you end up seeing in Pee-wee's Playhouse, but it's kind of like adult themed, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a very early. It's weird. Like if you watch it, I know me and you were both big fans of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but if you watch this, it's like a different version of Pee-wee. You could tell it's like he was still refining the character. Mm-hmm. This is more of like a little kid, I guess. He's kind of doing that sort of shtick, and he's doing this different voice that he ended up getting rid of. But there's just a lot of there's a lot of sequences like where he's trying to look under these chicks' skirts, and there's some sexual shit in it. It's really good though. I mean, like if you're a Pee-wee fan, definitely you should watch that. It's just cool to kind of see the origins of the character,
That's interesting. I'll definitely have to check it out. It's only like an hour or so, I saw.
Yeah, easy watch.
Speaking of that though, we saw this article. Well, I guess it was like a story.
This is my favorite story of the past few weeks.
Yeah. I'm reading this actually really interesting article on The Hollywood Reporter. Pee-wee Herman's dark reboot. Paul Reubens is ready to stage a comeback. Yeah, it looks like a really good article. I read a little bit of it. 3 decades after Pee-wee's Big Adventure and a career-threatening scandal, the 67 years old. That's crazy.
That's wild, man.
The 67-year-old has become a comedy cult hero with a shocking new Pee-wee script. I make the rules about when I'm coming back. Essentially, it seems like it's called the Pee-wee Herman story, a very un-Pee-wee sounding screenplay that takes his puckish TV persona into dark and unexpected territory. And it says Pee-wee gets sent to a mental hospital for shock treatment for his alcoholism. But it was brought up that he pitched it to the Safdie brothers, and it didn't get anywhere. I don't know if it's just because they don't want to do it, or it just didn't fit what they wanted to do, or
that's
what.
The coolest shit ever, man. That would be like an awesome fucking team up.
That would be amazing. I can't think of a better team up at this moment that would. I mean, it would just be fucking awesome.
This sounds weird though. Like, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is a pretty dark film, but at no point in the movie is he an alcoholic and addicted to pills and. He's
essentially like a child. It's mostly just the visuals that are kind of dark, not the actual story itself.
Right, the actual story. But like, as crazy as it sounds, I could kind of see it,
Oh yeah, I could too. I mean, in like this super fast-paced New York Safdie Brothers style movie.
It would just
it'd be so bizarre. But
I am a huge fan of Paul Reubens and the Pee Wee Herman character. And I would love to see something else.
I agree. I would
too. Big Holiday was fun,
but
it was more in line with like Big Top Pee-wee than Pee-wee's Big Adventure,
Didn't you mention something about how he was all make-upped up in that movie and he didn't like it? He wanted to do something where he's like can play his age or something like that.
Yeah, well, the kicker to this story, if this movie were to ever be made, and I guess Paul Reubens has been working on the script for like 30 years, this is no new concept, but he wants to use the CGI de-aging that of course has become popular from The Irishman.
That's right.
Yeah, because his complaint with Pee-wee's Big Holiday, which came out on Netflix a couple years ago, was that he thought he looked too old, and he said I don't mind looking my age for other roles, but for the Pee-wee character, it's just kind of weird,
Yeah, he wants that young look to him.
But will this ever happen? I don't know. I hope it does, but with a budget that is being thrown out there, like $15 million doesn't seem like enough at all, especially if you're going to start doing CGI aging and shit,
Oh, yeah. It also says here he's at work on a radio project, something akin to a Pee-wee podcast, and is in talks to develop an animated series centering on Pee-wee and the puppets.
Now, that's kind of cool. Would it work? I don't know. Could be like the Napoleon Dynamite series.
Maybe, but it's just interesting to see him, trying to make this comeback happen and doing all these different things. And it's a good read. I would recommend going to the Hollywood Reporter and finding it. It's from the January 30th, so it's recent.
Yeah. I'm thinking we're going to hear more about this. I don't know. The character's still very popular, but God, I hate like the false accusations against Paul Reubens. Like people think he molested kids and all this bullshit. It's like, give me a break.
Yeah, just do a little bit of research and you'll see that while it's not good what he did, it's also not to the extent of what people think he did.
Yeah, he was slapping it in an adult theater. Big whoop.
Whatever. Everybody has needs.
I want to see, if not the Safdie brothers, then Martin Scorsese's Pee-wee Herman story.
Oh, my God. Now that's a good team up.
Kind of like, Wolf of Wall Street vibe.
Ooh. Yeah. Less funny, perhaps?
Yeah, less funny, but, like hot naked chicks, drugs, and Pee-wee saying fuck.
Banging chicks in a suit, a gray suit.
Pee-wee doing a coke off some hot chick's ass.
Why don't we just make this?
Paul? Come on, brother.
Come on, Paul. We'll be happy to make this with you. We don't have de-aging technology, but we'll do what we can.
Can I just say, and we've talked about the film over and over on this podcast on this channel, but like Pee-wee's Big Adventure is honestly becoming like right up there in my favorite movies, like
Agreed.
Damn near the top.
Yeah,
it's just
Agreed.
It's even thinking about it like right now. I mean, I just watched it not too long ago, but I'm thinking about it now, and like I want to pop it in and watch it right now.
Yeah, it's just one of those rewatchable sort of movies. It's really, just like we always say, it's really unique, and there's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it, man. Fuck it. Let's just have Tim Burton do another Pee-wee movie.
Shit, I'd be happy with that.
Look, they're never going to capture the vibe of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That was a one of a kind thing, but man, they could do some cool shit with the character.
Oh yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that, Paul.
Oh.
Please, just do it for me. I'm going to roll you up into a little ball and shove you up my vagina.
Paul Rubens, the man.
Oh, man. Well, we had some sad news come across the other day. Probably been a week or so at this point, but we had a death in the family. Rest in peace, Oscar winner Kobe Bryant.
Whose family? Because death in what family?
I just always say that when somebody dies. Our family.
A death in the entertainment world.
Yeah. Yes, Oscar winner. That was a
big one, man.
Oscar winner Kobe Bryant.
He is an Oscar winner, Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That was a big death.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because when you texted me, I was like, no, there's no way that what I think happened.
Did I break the news to you?
Yeah, I had no clue until you texted me.
Damn, I heard it from Eric, so I just was like, oh, fuck, wonder if Nick's heard about this.
Yeah, but I don't love basketball, definitely not one of the sports I like, but as far as like worldwide appeal and the impact, I mean, it's one of the biggest as far as that goes.
In your lifetime, there are a series of like celebrity or deaths or whatever that are way different than all the other ones, and this is like a Michael Jackson or Robin Williams, it's one of the big ones.
Yeah, I was trying to, in my mind, figure out, what are some of the ones that are as big or, near as big, and Robin came to mind, and it's massive. It's a big one.
Yeah. There's been a lot of athletes that have died like from air crashes,
Yeah. Well, you've got Roy Halladay, you've got Corey Lytle, you've got Kobe now.
Yeah, I mean, Yankees captain Thurman Munson in the 70s.
Yeah.
That would have been like, Jeter dying in a plane crash and, in the peak of his career. I mean, that was a huge loss.
Can't even imagine. And not only that, but there were 8 other people, including his daughter, which is just awful. It could have been a totally preventable thing. I don't even think they were supposed to be flying because there was so much fog where they were. And, it's a really fucked up situation.
Yeah, and then the shit with like the crash site, and there's all these fucking people trying to like get in and grab some piece of the
and
they have like police officers on horses just like fucking patrolling the area. It's a big deal.
Yeah, and I think what I heard was TMZ reported it before the cops even got there. So it was just one of those situations where it's like, where does integrity? Where do you throw your integrity out the window? Because just think finding out your parent or your sister or whatever dies through media.
Yeah, I mean that's it's all a fight to get the story out first. That's what they're all about.
Yeah. Have you watched his short film that he won for?
I haven't. No.
I think it's on Daily Motion or one of those. It's like a real quick thing, maybe 4 minutes. It's basically just an article he wrote when he retired, and it's like an animation. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Heartfelt. But yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, like you, I'm not a big fan of basketball really at all, but I can understand the impact for sure.
Right. Well, he was a big Eagles fan, so we were tight. We were like brothers. He was from Philly, so
good riddance.
Well, I'm sorry that Eli retired.
This was almost as big as the loss of James Horner, but not quite.
Yeah, James Horner. Well, to you or
to
worldwide
me.
Impact?
Worldwide impact.
I don't know about that. I don't remember a lot of people getting all worked up about James Horner.
Speaking of Robin Williams and celebrity deaths and shit, God, I went back just last night because I know me and you were talking about it. I was watching that scene from World's Greatest Dad when he walks in on his kid hanging.
What
the fuck?
It's like, it's not funny at all. It's like the movie is like a dark comedy until it gets to that, and it's just That movie has such a strange vibe to it. It's almost kind of uncomfortable to watch.
That's about as dark as you can make a comedy.
Yeah. And it works.
It is the darkest of dark comedy.
Yeah, and I love it. I love that movie.
That's a great film. I think me and you can both recommend that if you guys are listening out there. World's Greatest Dad, directed by Bobcat.
Bobcat cool. Goldthwait, yeah.
You know, Zed from Police Academy. But Robin Williams in one of his really underrated dramatic performances. I mean, it's a hell of a movie, but shit, it's a downer, especially now knowing what ended up happening with Robin Williams, because the whole movie's deals with suicide and shit. Yeah,
and there's a scene where he goes on a talk show, and he says, suicide is a permanent solution to temporary problems, and I just wonder if that kind of resonated with him at all, and like if it's just kind of ironic a little bit.
Don't be afraid.
Oh shit. You're already dead.
I want to see some more Bobcat Goldthwait films.
God Bless America.
Willow Creek, the
yeah, it's almost like that's almost Blair Witch Project with Bigfoot.
Is it any? I mean, that sounds fucking awesome.
I haven't seen it in a while, but I didn't love it when I saw it.
It's got to be one of those things that sounds cooler than it is.
It is, yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's almost exactly the same. They go to this place where Bigfoot is. They talk to the locals. There's a scene where they're in a tent and it's like being shaken by Bigfoot. I mean, it's just like Blair Witch Project.
Shit, I'm about to watch that shit.
It might be good. Like I said, it's been years. I think I watched it when it came out, and that might have been 2014. I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass, but it's been a while.
How about just a Police Academy spinoff called Zed?
Oh shit, that'd be interesting. Didn't he come around here recently?
He did, just this past weekend.
Ah, sorry we missed you, Bobcat. I could have thrown my Blu-ray at you and dropped it on the ground, made a fool of myself.
See, I was gonna invite you to go, but you just in my head I knew you'd rather sit inside, so I don't even bother.
I probably would have gone. I would rather sit inside, but
see, that's why it's like, I'm not gonna bother, because I know you're like me. You don't want to get invited.
Is that what you're like too? You just hope you don't get invited to stuff?
Yeah, because I cherish my time at home, but I like to do shit once I'm out doing it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Next time I'm inviting you to a comedian, so be ready.
Okay, well, it depends on who it is. Be ready. I'm just gonna sit there all wound up for the next 2 weeks.
Relax, bud.
No, it was fun when we went and saw Jay.
It was.
Jason Mewes, and I've got that ruined cover of Clerks now with scribbles all over it. Hey, be on the lookout for our movie night video we're putting out soon.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like a lot of you enjoyed our Blu-ray hunting. We got quite a few views on that, so that's good. Thank you for watching if you checked it out.
Those are always popular. We should do one. I was thinking we should do that once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month.
Yeah.
All right, so this month we'll be doing another one.
So once a year.
No, we should do it at the end of each month.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, cool.
Make that a consistent thing.
Well, let's move on to some other news we've got here. Netflix did some big things this year as far as movies go. But we got some news that some of their movies are coming to Criterion already.
This is sick.
This is awesome. So, big one, The Irishman. That's that's massive. That's awesome. I'm excited.
That fucking rules, man.
Yeah. Like I told you, there's people selling like bootleg copies of The Irishman on eBay, and I was tempted. I almost thought about it. But
no way. Now you're gonna get and there's a shit ton of special features on that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good release, and it'll be coming this year. I think all of these will be coming this year.
Oh, is that confirmed?
Yeah, I believe that's what they said, was that it'd be coming in 2020.
I mean, The Irishman, that's going to be day one of whatever Criterion sale it's available on.
Oh, of course. As well, one of the documentaries, American Factory, which I've heard is really good. I guess it's about a small town in Ohio that their warehouse is getting taken over by a Chinese company. So
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it does.
I think the Obamas had something to do with that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think he produced it.
Okay, I think you might be right. Atlantics, which this is the one I hadn't heard anything about. Let's see. It looks like I don't know. I can't even tell what it's about. In a popular suburb of Dakar, workers on the construction site of a futuristic tower without pay for months decide to leave the country by the ocean for a better future. Okay. Hologram for a King.
Good movie.
I don't know why I thought of the tower on the artwork or something of that movie. And then another big one, another day one of the sale for me, Marriage Story. So that's
that's another. I'll buy that too for sure.
Yeah, fucking great movie. As well, it says here the first Netflix title to enter the Criterion Collection was Roma, which will be released on Blu-ray February 11th. So
still haven't seen that.
It's not bad. It's a little slow, but
looks boring.
I can see people thinking it's boring. Shot really
for the
well.
much disorderlies.
Yeah, well, that's right up your IQ level. What the fuck was that?
I'm about to do a 007 marathon.
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Ooh, speaking of great movies and some good news that just crossed my desk, Shout Select is going to be putting out a 4K release of The Deer Hunter.
Ooh.
Ever seen it?
Who's in that? De Niro?
De Niro, Walken, John Cazale, Meryl Streep.
Wow, I've seen the famous Russian roulette scene.
Oh yeah, it's a very dark, depressing movie, but I'll definitely pick that up. It's very good. I think like 4.5 is what I have it at.
Okay. Dark and depressing?
Yeah, I get a little weary when it's like not a giant studio that does the 4K release, but hey, you got to start somewhere, I guess. So maybe it'll be a nice little transfer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's exciting. Let's see here. Brad Pitt, a fan?
He's okay.
Yeah.
Not my favorite.
Okay.
I like him.
It as it usually does whenever somebody's getting a bunch of awards, there's always stories that come out about, he turned down this, he didn't do this, blah blah blah. Turns out he turned down The Matrix.
Well, I mean,
which was a good idea.
Yeah, financially that might not have been a smart move, but I hate that movie, so
I don't love it. I did pass on The Matrix. I took the red pill. That's the only one I'm naming. Basically, he goes on to say the role was never his, which I think is just kind of his way of saying that, eventually the right person comes along for the role. So
right.
If we were doing a show on the great movies I've passed on, we would need 2 nights. That'd be interesting to hear all the movies he's passed on.
Yeah, that's always a fascinating thing with big-time actors. You hear about the shit that they passed on. Somebody else passed on The Matrix. I think maybe Will Smith or somebody.
You might be right. I mean, it was definitely something new at the time. People didn't know what to expect from it. So I could see why a lot of people passed on it, but people love it, I guess.
And the Wachowskis haven't made a good film since. Actually, they've never made a good film.
Speed Racer? Go Speed Racer.
I saw you watch that shit. What the fuck are you thinking?
I like the show. So I was like, let's see what this is all about. Definitely not good, but I like the style of it. It's goofy. Okay. It's like the show. It's like an animated live action movie, if that makes sense at all.
Okay. Boy, those Wachowski sisters, you never know what they have up their sleeves or under their dresses.
How long have you waited for that one?
I just made that up as I was talking right there.
Wow, good job. Very good. That's awesome. Speaking of roles and stuff.
Gender roles?
No, film roles. Film roles. It came out that Jimmy Garofalo, Janine Garofalo said that Edward Norton is the reason Fincher did not cast her in Fight Club.
Why?
Because so this is what she says. She's like, I was like, can I audition with him or for him? The actress said, and I was told that he would like Courtney Love to do it because he was dating her, but Brad Pitt said, I'm not going to sign off on that. So they agreed on Helena Bonham Carter, who was much better than I would have been, but I met with David Fincher, who handed me the script and said, if you like it, the part is yours. I don't really know where it says that like Edward Norton is the reason. I think because he was dating Courtney Love at the time and wanted her to be in it. So that's like her reasoning for saying it was him. Of course, he came out and said, that's not true. I'm sorry Janine is under that impression, but if she was really serious, she's really mistaken. David Fincher does exactly what he wants. He makes the call on every dimension of his films, top to bottom. I don't recall him ever even raising the subject of who he's considering for most other roles. So it just seems like an actress who's angry she's not doing better things.
Probably.
Blaming other
I don't
people.
even like Fight Club. I don't even like Fight Club.
I like it. I don't get like how it's one of the greatest films ever, but
right.
I appreciate it. I like it. I like David Fincher's movies. You like Zodiac?
I do. I like Fincher. He's another guy. When he's good, he's great. But
yeah. Well,
and, I know I'm the minority with some of his movies that I don't like. But
yeah, that's true. You don't like Gone Girl. You like Panic Room though, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You probably like Alien 3 as well.
Never bothered with it. Gone Girl's good for like half the movie, and then you find out what's really going on, and it just gets so stupid, in my opinion.
I like it. I really like it because I had actually, that was when I was delivering for Domino's. I was listening to the book on like Audible or something, and so I got into it. But yeah, I always felt like a little emptiness with that ending. Like, oh, that's what it was about. She's just kind of fucking crazy.
Oh, this is dumb.
But Zodiac's great though. That's probably one of my favorites of his, if not my favorite.
I really enjoyed that movie, but like I feel like I don't need to watch it again. Like I watched it once.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
It just seems like one of those types,
Yeah, it's not a repeatable type of movie. It's another one of those kind of dreary, depressing.
A little bit off topic, but speaking of Edward Norton, Alec Baldwin was on the Howard Stern show a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about like Oscars and stuff. And
I think I heard about this.
He kept bringing up Motherless Brooklyn, which is the Edward Norton film.
No, I didn't.
From last year that Edward Norton directed, which, I mean, I guess it was an okay movie. It was very forgettable, but very generic.
For like a non-director, it was okay.
There was like 5 times in this interview where Alec Baldwin's like, I was just really shocked that Edward wasn't nominated for Motherless Brooklyn.
Wow.
He kept bringing up, he kept connecting Motherless Brooklyn to award season. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's weird.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it was fine. Like, I don't hate the movie. I don't love it either. It was just kind of one of those, it's definitely one of those like middling, it was fine movies.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nothing you need to see, but if you happen to stumble across it, it's not a bad watch.
I think the song might be nominated though, which is
really,
I think, but we'll find out in a little bit. Speaking of the he said she said, we've talked a little bit about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation that's going on.
Is this still going on?
Yeah, it is still going on. They're in like a super heated case right now of he said she said, he hit me, she hit me.
God.
But it came out with some leaked audio of Amber Heard essentially admitting to hitting Johnny Depp.
Good.
Yeah. I listened to it. It was kind of her just saying that, oh yeah, I have hit you. Sometimes you piss me off, and it was kind of weird. It's definitely a fucked up relationship. They're both two messed up people.
That's not okay, Amber.
Yeah. It's not okay to hit people. I don't know.
Fucking hot though.
it might be better to just leave those two to do their thing because they both seem like a couple of
Yeah, what's Johnny Depp doing, man? Like, the guy could get any woman he wants. Quit fucking around with that psycho shit.
Yeah, I don't know. The two debate the degree in which Heard injured Depp. At one point, Heard tells Depp she was hitting him. Babe, you're not punched. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you. At another point, Depp can be heard saying, I do not want to leave you. I do not want a divorce. I do not want you out of my life. I just want peace. If things get physical, we have to separate. Heard replied she couldn't promise that she'd be perfect. I can't promise you I won't get physical again.
God. They both sound fucking mental.
They do. So
he should just fucking beat her up like he beat up Arnie Grape and Gilbert Grape. Just slap her around a little bit. That's such a good scene.
That needs a Criterion.
Oh my God, I've thought that forever. There's no better movie for like it's totally Criterion, man.
Yeah, it's like quintessential, like one of those 90s dirty Criterion movies.
That's a fucking great movie.
Hopefully one day, at least a Blu-ray or something.
Yeah, shit.
Couple more things here. Actually, this next one's kind of depressing. Our boy Sean Weiss. Whew. For those that don't know, Sean Weiss from Heavyweights plays Josh. You know, it's
Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks.
Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks. You know, it's come out every so often. He gets arrested and he's looking more and more decrepit. And I think he's reached an all-time low at this point. I implore you, if you're listening and you care enough, to take a look at some of the more recent pictures of him. He got caught up in the meth, and he's just not doing well. So I just thought it was interesting and kind of depressing.
He's 40 going on 70.
Yeah, there's actually a video of him, too, and he doesn't look human. He looks... something's not right. It says
it's
he's
sad.
married, though, so I wonder, like, what's going on.
It's one of those, guys that couldn't really find a career after the 90s kid stuff. I mean, he pops up in King of Queens and commercials and shit, but yeah. I'm sure it's tough, when you're living in LA and it's expensive to live out there and you're not getting work and, it's sad.
Caught up in the drugs, and it's just a downward spiral. But
he has had a lot of people reach out to him. I know Lindsay Lohan's dad, who is very familiar with substance abuse, has reached out to him and offered to put him in a program.
They've started a GoFundMe as well, to try and get him some help, some therapy, and just some help, and hopefully get him off the street. So it's just one of those sad things.
It is. You hate to see that, and I don't know. I hope somebody can point that guy in the right direction and help him get back to where he needs to be, because honestly, he looks like he's fucking gonna die. Like,
oh, definitely, yeah, definitely will if he doesn't get the help. And then quickly, one more thing: Rick Moranis. I know you're a fan.
Is he returning?
He might return for the new Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, or Honey, We Shrunk Our Cocks thing.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, well, I guess it's not a big deal.
Hey, this is a huge deal. I like how he wouldn't return for Ghostbusters, but he's going to return for Honey, We Shrunk the Kids.
Rick Moranis negotiating a return for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot, but it also there's another article here that says Disney is unaware of Rick Moranis' alleged return. So it could have been just something somebody brought up just to get some stuff going, some rumors flying around.
Him and Allison Mack they can shrink the cocks of all the I don't know where I was going with.
I don't know either, but I appreciated it enough.
Oh shit.
Didn't he quit, or he kind of retired because his wife passed away?
I think his wife passed away from cancer, and he had, 2 kids, or a couple kids, I think. I don't know how many he had, but I think he just wanted to spend his time with his kids, and he had done enough. I'm sure he's done enough to live very comfortably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was.
It'd be cool to see him come back, though, for sure.
If he had made enough to kind of comfortably live without having to worry about working.
I mean, I always thought
he looks like a guy who'd be a teacher.
I always thought Mel Brooks should make a fucking Spaceballs sequel, man. Especially now.
Well, there was the talk of them doing one a long time ago. I think we talked about it on here before, and it just didn't work or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know John Candy's not around anymore, but there's enough with Star Wars that they could still make fun of,
Yeah, and he could come up with some reason. He can or change the character or a joke or something.
Hey, I hope Rick comes back, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, another one of those scenarios. I believe it when you see it.
Yeah.
Not many trailers, actually. We only had one teaser, which was for the Big Lebowski spinoff, I guess, the Jesus Rolls. My God, this looked like a amateur film student trailer.
Man,
this looked awful.
Don't be deceived, people. This has got nothing to do with the Big Lebowski or the Coen brothers. It's simply
a character.
The character. It's got nothing. The Coens have nothing to do with this, and
yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't look very good.
You can only tell so much from it, but the graphics, I just nothing about it appealed to me. But then again, I don't love the Big Lebowski to begin with, and the character that is in this is not like a big prominent character. He's just like
how many times have you seen the Big Lebowski?
At least twice, maybe 3 times.
See, I mean, I was kind of like you. I didn't really. I mean, I always liked it. I just didn't think it was great. But I actually just watched it a couple weeks ago in 4K, and I'm like, fuck, I really love this movie. I think it's really good.
I'm sure it's one that'll eventually, appeal to me.
Right.
Of all the ones that they've made, I'm surprised that's the one that hasn't hit with me. I would have thought maybe it was like A Serious Man or something, but I kind of enjoyed A Serious Man right away.
Yeah, I need to watch that one again. I mean, I liked it, for sure.
It's maybe one of their strangest, for sure. Yeah.
Big Lebowski's good, though. You should give it another chance sometime in life.
I think I will. I'll do that. Let's take a look at some releases coming out soon. Some Blu-ray releases for
all right.
Oh my God. Red Sox have agreed to trade outfield Mookie Betts and David Price to the Dodgers.
Oh, great.
Huh, neat. Well, that helps you.
It does, but the Dodgers were already a bigger threat to the Yankees than the Red Sox, I think.
Well, I'm surprised they even did it because the Dodgers are always one of those teams that are in it, but I think they're always in it just to say they tried. So
yeah.
The fact that they actually pulled it off, God, fuck the Dodgers. Whatever. That's a big move. Sorry to interrupt everybody with that, but that's
what are these guys talking about?
Mookie Betts? Who's that?
Huh?
Well, they definitely offloaded that money they wanted to get rid of.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. February 11th, correct? Tuesday. Would that be Yes. Let's see. We got quite a few things here actually. My Bloody Valentine Scream Factory.
Okay, interesting.
Ever seen it?
I haven't. No.
I haven't either. I just remember the Good Charlotte film or the Good Charlotte song.
Those $30 Scream Factories, I don't know. I mean, I still haven't even bought Trick or Treat, and I love that movie.
That's one that's consistently expensive, though.
Yeah. I mean, I sold my regular Blu-ray because I'm like, yeah, I'll buy the Scream Factory, and I never have.
Well, I have the regular Blu-ray. I think that's good enough, at least for me. I do like that film, though.
Yeah, it's really good.
Speaking of, we have Roma, the Criterion film, coming out. Ooh. Shutter Island 4K, 10th Anniversary Edition.
Now you've got my attention.
Yeah. Only in a steelbook form. So it's probably going to be expensive. Hopefully they come out with like a regular version, or at least the price goes down, because it's already sitting at $27.99 right now. Which I guess is like kind of the regular price for a 4K.
So I couldn't just go in and buy a regular 4K version of Shutter Island?
No, they only have the Steelbook version. Sorry, bud.
Okay.
Let's see. Ford versus Ferrari.
I have no interest, gotta be honest. I know it's up for awards. I know it's supposed to be good.
I guess that could be the Virgin deal because there's like 4 different versions of it. 4 different versions for 4 different versions.
Yep.
Ooh. Grave of the Firefly Steelbook. It looks like it's a remastered version. This is probably one of the most disturbing and depressing Ghibli films there is.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's very good.
Can we get a Porco Rosso Steelbook?
Ooh. Can we get some 4Ks of the Ghiblis?
Ooh. Did you see the Breakfast Club Steelbook?
I haven't. It hasn't popped up yet, but I think actually it's from this week. I think, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I think it's already out. It looks just like shit in my opinion.
Oh, here it is. Ugh.
Fucking shitty yellow locker.
It looks like a 7-year-old made it.
Yeah.
I'll take my Criterion edition. Let's see. American Pie presents Bandcamp.
Is this a Blu-ray release?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yikes. Dude, there's so many spin-offs. There's so many spin-offs of American Pie. I just like the canon, the real American Pie films.
Yeah, the regular ones. It's like, what are American Pie? That's not National Lampoon, is it?
No.
It's a different entity.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out, but it's a lot of like Rambo 5-film collection, John Wick chapters 1 through 3. There's just a bunch of stuff, but nothing that really pops out. So those are
all right.
As far as theatrical, let's see. Ewan McGregor's next great film, Birds of Prey.
I have no interest in this. I heard the early reactions are that he does a good job for whatever that means.
I'm sure he does. Like, he's not the issue with the movie.
Right.
Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
That whole thing just annoys me. The stupid title.
It's quirky.
It's fucking shitty. I mean, she's hot though, so whatever.
Yeah, she is. Let's see. That's kind of the big one. It says The Lodge is coming out, but it shows England, so I'm sure.
I really want to see that.
Yet. I do too. And then Come to Daddy shows that Elijah Wood movie.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, why don't we get into the big stuff, the big topic?
It's Oscar season, baby.
It's Oscar week, baby. Whoop whoop.
Wait, when's the when are the awards?
This week.
Oh fuck! So like this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday, my friend.
Wow.
Which is a 9th, I think. Something like that. So yeah, as we usually do, we're gonna make our picks for who we think is gonna win. Yeah, this is always fun to do. I won.
It is. We're not gonna play for. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I clinched it with the Green Book selection for Best Picture.
I've won every year that we've been doing this.
You didn't win last year, but.
News to me.
Yeah, well, you think you always win, so shove it.
I'm the best.
This may be one of the tougher years, though. There's a lot of good stuff in here, and just a lot of up in the air as far as like who would win. A lot of mumblings about Best Picture and who might take it, and it's going to be an interesting year. I think, as we've said several times, is a pretty good year all around.
It was, and we decided to just do this for fun this year. I'm not buying you anything.
Yeah, I don't. That's good because I'll win anyway. So, why don't we jump right into it? I just took the outline that I had from last year and just took out somebody's name and just using it again. So, why don't we jump in with what?
You mean you removed the cinematographer from Meat Hook Massacre 50?
Oh, is that who did it?
Oh, damn. All right.
Oh, fuck. I was going to say something else, but you took that away from me. Ah, fuck, and now it's going to bother me because I can't think about it, and it probably wasn't anything important either. Oh, well. Okay, let's jump right into it. So, first up, we've got original screenplay nominees. Now,
all right.
What I was going to say is, yeah, we haven't really talked about the Oscar stuff. In past years, that was kind of all we talked about leading up to it. So,
we'd always do 2 episodes, one for the nominees and then one when we do the picks.
So this is kind of a combination of the nominees as well as our picks. So, yeah, we haven't really had our opinions on these nominations yet. So, let's see. So, original screenplay nominees: Knives Out, Rian Johnson; Marriage Story, Noah Baumbach; 1917, Sam Mendes and Christy Wilson Cairns; Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino; and Parasite, Bong Joon-ho and Han Jin-won.
Hand job Wong.
Hand job. This is a tough category to pick. I am going to go with Quentin.
Okay.
They love him, and they love movies about the industry, so...
I agree. I think it's between that and Parasite, but I'm with you. I'm going to lean towards Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Did you watch the Globes at all?
I didn't. I have not watched any of that shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, who won with that, and, you know, that's usually a good indicator. Not always, but a lot of the time, and I think he won for comedy or something. I don't know. He won something.
Okay.
So adapted screenplay: The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes.
The Two Dopes.
That's so stupid. It was funny. Damn. Oh, man.
I'm going into this blind, by the way. I don't know anything about any of these.
I'm pretty much as blind as you, but like I said, in past years, it's been kind of easy to pick one out from the bunch, but these are a little tougher.
When we used to play for Blu-rays and shit, I'd do research, but fuck it. I'm just giving my best guess here.
Yeah, it'd be more fun this way. Adapted screenplay, son of a bitch. What are you thinking, pal?
Well, I'm looking at the nominees. I could see Little Women taking this, but I'm going to pick Jojo Rabbit.
Okay. Not a bad selection. Not a bad one at all.
But, like I said, I will not be shocked if it's Little Women.
Yeah. I could see them all winning except for The Two Popes, really. I think I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to say Little Women on this one.
Okay.
So, Little Women. Cool. Okay. Achievement in visual effects: Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, The Lion King, 1917, and Rise of Skywalker.
My least favorite category.
Yeah. Shit. I don't think they're going to give credit to The Irishman.
I was going to say, that's who I would like to see win, because the fact that a majority of the movie is them as much younger than they actually are, you know.
Oh yeah,
impressive.
It's mostly CGI in that regard. I think it's going to be The Lion King, just because it's mostly special effects, and while I don't love the movie, I thought the special effects looked good.
It was very kind of weird looking, honestly. It was so like real looking that it took away the charm.
Yeah, it was so real looking there was no emotion to it. Got a pick?
Oh, you're waiting on me?
Yeah.
Oh, man. 1917.
For what reason? Just curious if you even have one or you're just picking.
Well, it'll probably be I don't know if I should pick Endgame or 1917. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm just making a guess here. I'm going to go 1917.
Okay.
No, I can't give you a reason. But I think that was a very impressive spectacle film, you know?
It was. I could see that movie sweeping up a lot of the technical awards just because, war movies take a lot as far as sound mixing and stuff, so I can see that one doing it. Okay, score. Achievement in music written for motion pictures. Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and Rise of Skywalker. I think they said this is like John Williams' 50-something nomination.
That's incredible.
It's, unbelievable.
I didn't even know Joker had some great original soundtrack.
It's got a really good score, actually. It's
okay.
And I think that's who's going to win as well. Yeah, I really enjoyed that score. Cryptic and haunting. I like the Marriage Story one, though, a lot.
I thought 1917 had a great score. I was fucking listening to that the same night we watched it. I came home and I put that shit on.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go with Joker.
Okay.
I'm doing a little. Now I'm kind of looking at graphs and shit. That seems to be an overwhelming favorite.
Yeah, I think it won the Golden Globe, and people are kind of on that one right now. Let's see. Foreign language film, or they're calling it Best International Feature Film now. Corpus Christi, which I heard is good. I want to check that out. Honeyland, Les Miserables, Pain and Glory, and Parasite.
This is a foreign film?
Yeah. And I think this one's very easy. I think it's going to be Parasite.
It's going to be Parasite.
Parasite. Cool. Excuse me. Achievement in film editing: Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite. I'm gonna say The Irishman.
The Irishman better fucking win something. Shit.
Yeah, I agree. Give Marty the directing Oscar. Yeah, I've heard rumblings about the editor for this film and how she may be due, and I don't know.
Who did you pick?
The Irishman.
Okay. Well, I hope you're right. I'm going to go different just to kind of mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
Ford versus Ferrari for me.
Not a bad pick. See, usually I can not guarantee, but I feel more confident in my picks. These ones I'm just a little... I just don't know.
This is... In the fucking 4 years we've been doing this, it's the least prepared I've been, but that's okay.
Yeah, especially not playing for anything. It's just fun to do. Best documentary feature: American Factory, like we talked about. The Cave, The Edge of Democracy, For Sama, and then Honeyland. I haven't seen any of these, so I have no.
Which one is this?
Documentary.
Oh, documentary. Fuck, I don't even know, man.
I'm just trying to think of the one I've heard most about, and I think it's Honeyland or American Factory.
I'm going to go, American Factory. With the Obamas producing that, and it just seems primed for an award.
American Factory. I'm going to go Honeyland, just once again to be different. Okay, here we go. Starting to get to the big ones. Achievement in directing: Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, Todd Phillips for Joker, Sam Mendes for 1917, Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time, and Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. This one's tough.
Well, it seems like Marty's not projected to even come close to winning this category, which is bullshit. But
I think it's either between Sam or Quentin.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would have thought I was going to say I think it's between Sam or Bong Joon.
You think so?
Yeah.
In
the age of inclusion and wanting to look good, make sure everybody's represented, I'm going Bong Joon for Best Director.
Do you think he doesn't deserve it? Like, if he won, would you...
No, I'd be fine with it. Parasite was a really good movie. I love 1917.
I see what you're saying, though.
You know what I mean? Like, it looks... I mean, it would be a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I've enjoyed all 4 of these. I haven't seen Joker. I'd be fine with any of them, really.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, once again, go different. I think I'm going to go with Sam Mendes.
Okay.
So let's see. Okay, achievement in cinematography. I already have my pick for this. I think you probably do too, because it seems really easy. But
cinematography.
Rodrigo Prieto, The Irishman. Lawrence Sher for Joker. So I'm really happy about this. Jaron Blaschke for The Lighthouse. I'm happy they gave it something. Roger Deakins for 1917, and then Robert Richardson for Once Upon a Time. I don't think there's any question to this one.
All you got to do is watch the shot of in 1917 where he's running at the end in the middle of the battle.
Yeah,
and there's your answer.
That's enough. That's all you need.
Yep.
Let alone 2 other hours of a fucking one-shot movie.
Yep.
I'm still perplexed because I swear when we were watching that movie, I swore you were out of it. I thought you couldn't stand it.
No way. I thought that was fucking great.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
And that's going to look so good on 4K, bro. Mm.
Oh, God, I know. Best animated feature film. How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, I Lost My Body, Klaus, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4. I'm gonna go.
Man, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Missing Link because that won the Globe. I have no idea.
Did it?
What. Yeah, I haven't. I've heard Lost My Body's really good, another Netflix one, and they love Disney, so Toy Story is always in it.
I'm going Toy Story.
Okay. Toy Story. We have a lot of differences, so.
I know. This is going to be, out of all the times we've done this is definitely the most varied selection of picks.
Yeah, so that's good. Okay, now we're on the top 5 nominations. Best Supporting Actress. Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell. Laura Dern.
Ooh, Grandma Kathy.
She was great in that movie. That scene at the podium. She's breaking down. Ooh, so good. Laura Dern in Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson, Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh in Little Women, and then Margot Robbie in Bombshell. I will say, as much as I hate Midsommar, I thought that Florence Pugh was much better in that movie than she was in Little
I
Women.
agree. What was so good about her performance in Little Women? She's just acting like an annoying little idiot.
I don't know. They all were acting the same in the movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a much more complex performance in Midsommar, but
I'm going
an early film. It's a horror movie, so whatever.
Laura Dern, Marriage Story. She was really good in the film.
I agree. I am too. A lot of because she's like the one that's winning all the awards, so it just seems in the cards for her to take the Oscar.
Right.
Actress in a leading role: Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women, Charlize Theron for Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger for Judy.
Ooh, I know who's winning this one.
I do too. Cynthia Erivo. Over my penis.
Harriet.
Renee wins the award.
And rightfully so, because it was creepy how well she portrayed Judy Garland.
She was her. It was totally great performance. Well deserved.
Yes.
Congratulations, Renee.
You already won.
I hope you hear this. Performance by an actor in a supporting role: Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, Al Pacino for The Irishman, Joe Pesci for The Irishman, and Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time. There's 2 people on this list that I think should win it over the person I think is going to win it.
Look,
I don't.
Brad's going to win this.
Right.
But Joe or Al should win this.
Definitely. I could see them doing some sort of weird twist where they give it to Joe for playing like a certain character that he doesn't usually play, like the more quiet, reserved one.
Okay.
Maybe that's in a perfect world. Maybe that's just thinking too deep, but it would be great to see that.
Wouldn't it be so cool to see Joe Pesci one last time get up there and win an Academy Award? I mean, Brad Pitt was good, but come on, man.
Yeah, I agree. I really love that movie. I think he's good in it, but like better than Joe Pesci and Al Pacino?
Ah, man.
Don't think so.
Don't think so.
Oh, oops. Hold on a second. Oh, fuck. I just put these things in the wrong order. Sorry, give me a second.
Good fucking going.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. So Renee for Best Actress, Renee, Brad for Best Supporting, and on to Best Actor, which I will say we did have a snub. No Robert De Niro anywhere.
Ridiculous. Honestly ridiculous.
So performance by an actor in a leading role: Antonio Banderas, Pain and Glory; Leo for Once Upon a Time; Adam Driver for Marriage Story; Joaquin for Joker; and then Jonathan Pryce for Two Popes.
Everyone knows who's going to win this bullshit.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Dress like a clown and dance down a staircase. That's how you win an Oscar.
I'm curious for you to watch that movie and just see what you say about it.
I've thought about it like every night for the past 2 weeks, but then I'm like, I don't know, then I go on living my life.
I'm at work right now, but fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, did you listen to my demo? Did you have a chance? I thought about it.
But I just went on living my life. God, what a
so good.
Freaking comedy. Yeah, I saw your dad wanted you to watch it. Why don't you just watch it for him? For Pops?
I don't know why the fuck he watched it. He don't watch that type of shit.
Did he like it?
I think so.
Well, a man with taste in the Yerington family.
Shit. He watches Carlito's Way over and over again.
Shit. Never mind. Guess not.
Leave my dad alone.
Hey, I kind of like Carlito's Way.
I've never seen it.
Wait. No, I was thinking of Blow.
Oh, yeah. Blow blows.
I kind of like Blow. It blows a bit, but I kind of like Blow a little bit.
A Paul Rubens classic.
Hey. True. Okay, and then the big one, the big prize. I think this might be the most difficult one to choose. Best Motion Picture of the Year. Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time, and Parasite.
Huh. This could go a few different ways, I think.
I think so. I could definitely see it going the way of Parasite.
You know, I'm thinking about all these picks, and we didn't really pick The Irishman for anything like that one category you picked it for. The editing, maybe?
That sucks.
That movie's got to win more than that one award. It's got to win a couple, man.
You would think. Probably technical ones. I don't think they give him the big prize.
No.
I could see it going with the bottom three: 1917, Once Upon a Time, and Parasite. Fuck.
I'm gonna go 1917.
Okay, probably a safe pick. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that pick. It's been winning everything really as far as like those big categories. Shit.
Let's go in. Come on.
I think I might agree with you. As much as the talk is there could be something different. I think I agree. I think it's going to be 1917. So.
Parasite. I don't think it'll be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I could see it being Parasite though.
I could too. The way it was able to transcend and transcend send into American audiences. And yeah,
it's kind of wild seeing like a foreign film like that, even being considered for best director, best picture. I mean, and that's one of those movies that I haven't heard anyone really say anything bad about it.
Yeah, I haven't either. Mostly love.
It's even getting a black and white version that's being screened now.
Oh, interesting. I think it's the highest rated Letterboxd movie too. It's got like something ridiculous, like a 4.6.
Unbelievable.
So people love that movie.
So you're going 1917?
Yeah. I'm going 1917 as well.
All right.
Safe pick. I don't feel like they do anything surprising.
No, it'll be fun to watch.
What the fuck do I know?
Are we going to do our annual After Dark?
Yeah, for sure. So,
cool.
Yeah, if you guys want to come hang out with us after the Oscars this Sunday, we'll do an After Dark, talk about it, hang out.
Post-Oscar stream, baby. It's like this is the 5th year we've done it or something like that.
Yeah, we'll chat it up, hang out, and have a good time.
Well, let us know what you think about our picks. Let us know your picks. Maybe we're totally wrong. I don't know. Out of all the years we've done this, it's the least confident I've felt about these Oscar picks, but we'll see.
Agreed.
Anything else?
That's it.
Well, that does it, guys. Episode 143 in the books. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, go fuck yourselves.